Hey, welcome to the Better Brain Project podcast. I'm your host, Brandon DeCramer. This is the place where we talk about the brain-gut connection, a lot of neuroscience, and healthy habit stacks that stick. Changing our brain health, the way we show up, our anxieties, depressions, the way we function, our overthinkings, our insecurities and confidence, all by small, tiny habits that stick and create a new lifestyle through new patterns with neuroscience facts and our brain and gut connection, the things that we consume and the way we eat. As I've been introducing this in this podcast, we are now at habit stacks that stick. Doing new things in our life, creating new patterns, creating new habits that actually last and actually create lifestyle changes, like lowering our blood pressure, losing weight, curbing that anxiety, and feeling better, showing up, feeling better about ourselves, and for everything that we have going on in life. And that's really hard to do when we're overthinkers, when we're anxious, when we have a brain that's constantly on a loop and it's been used to doing that for a long time. It's really hard to do because we get stuck in neuropathic habits. Our brain gets stuck doing the same thing all the time, having the 47 tabs open, having the millions of things on your mind all at once, the constant what ifs, the constant what's next, and never really slowing down your brain. We like to talk about the nervous system a lot. We like to talk about being jacked up and cortisol and all this stuff. But really, we can start with what things we're thinking. We lower our nervous system and cortisol responses and all of that by the things that we think on a loop the most. And those things come mostly from things that we believe about ourselves, about the world around us, about our capabilities. Our beliefs will shape our thoughts. And then our thoughts create emotions. So the things that we're thinking all the time is creating the emotional state that we're staying in. And yes, when our nervous system is heightened, we're not digesting, our bodies aren't healing, and we're constantly in a state of fight or flight. And the whole just relax advice, that doesn't work with people who are really anxious, overthinkers. Constantly their mind is running and running and running. Hey, just take a break, just relax, just write it out. It doesn't work because you're constantly on that cognitive loop and that anxiety just paralyzes you. A lot of you know that you can lay in bed and you get monkey mind, people call it, or you're just like, you can't shut down your mind. Maybe you sleep for a while and then you wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and your brain does not shut off and you don't know how to do it. That just relax, take a drink of water, breathe. You know that that's really, really hard to do. And our brains view new habits, new thought patterns, new views, making changes as a threat, as a chore to the routine. Our brain wants to keep us in that funnel, keep us in that protection mode, going the way that it's functioning. Maybe not thriving, but functioning. And our brain will keep us there. And doing anything outside of that, even if it's really good for us, our brain will fight. Our brain will hold back. Our brain will give us reasons why we shouldn't do that. And we should stay in the pattern that we are already in. Our brain will reject new thinking. And we have to be the ones that go, well, no, wait a minute. That's not good for us. We have to do this. I have a thing that I tell anybody that comes into contact with me. If it won't hurt you and won't kill you, do it anyway. Push your comfort zone. If your brain's like, I don't really want to do that, but do it anyway. Push that comfort zone to that next step so you can actually enjoy, experience, do whatever your brain's holding you back from doing. But we can't change the whole day, the whole action, the whole response overnight. We need to piggyback that off of something that we already do. Because our brain already has habits that are healthy for us. A lot of us brush our teeth every night, brush our teeth every morning, stretch every morning. You have something that you do every morning that is either not like absolutely terrible for you and we can worry about it later and you can keep doing, or is a really good habit that you can employ what I like to call the Trojan horse technique. And if you remember the story about the Trojan horse and the War of Troy, the Trojans took the horse, they hid in there, they opened it up, they thought, hey, look at this. They opened up the gates to the city, and it was actually to start a battle. They broke out of the horse, started a battle. You can do that with habits and the way you think. So if you wake up every day and you sluggish for work, you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. What if right after you get up, go to the bathroom, and you brush your teeth, instead of just going into that negative thought of, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. What if instead, right after brushing your teeth, you went outside, took a big, deep breath of fresh air, said 3 things that you're grateful for, looked at the sun, took in everything around you for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Big, deep breaths through your nose, out through your mouth, thinking about the 3 things that you're deeply grateful for. Not just my job, my kids, my life, but deeply grateful for. My children's humor. It lights me up every day at 4 o'clock when they come home. My spouse's support and the way they take care, the way they really step up when I have a need. My job and how it does feed those children that I care for so much. And you can look at things a little bit differently, just those 2 minutes. And what you're doing is your brain's already used to brushing your teeth every day. That's on autopilot. That's a thing. You just do that. Now you sneak in something else. And the first few days, it might not click right away, but just make yourself do it. If your brain's like, wait, what are you doing? It's, hey, this is going to be good for us. Trust me. Trust me. I used to do this thing. I talk out loud a lot, and probably in public too much. And I used to do this thing when I was overthinking a lot, and my brain would say, oh, wait, don't go in the store, because what if so-and-so sees you and thinks this? I go, we don't think like that anymore. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so I would take a line from Gandalf and say, you shall not pass, out loud. If I'm in my car, walking by myself, I would say that to the thought. And be like, no, this is the new thought that we're going to have. And what happened is, thou shall not pass became my habit. I started to become aware of my thoughts, and that became a healthy habit of, wait a minute, no, I don't want to think that. I'm going to push my comfort zone. I'm going to do it anyway. Nobody cares what I look like. Nobody cares if they care about my past, they care about my past. They're not in my life. Like, nobody cares about the things I'm worried about. I'm going to go in the store. I'm going to shop. I'm going to go do the things that I have to do for that day. And pushing past those anxious feelings, those overthinking feelings, those insecurities, and doing those things is what started to rewire my brain. It's what started to make anxiety go in the rear view. And I started to make decisions that were best for me, and not because my overthinking mind wanted me to. So the Trojan horse, something you already do every day. Morning stack routine. If you already start the coffee pot every morning, we'll talk about caffeine some other day, but if you already start the coffee pot every morning, boom, right after that, stretch, ground, breathe. Drink a glass of water first. That's a great one. Add a little salt for mineralization. Another thing we'll talk about a lot. Stay tuned. This podcast, like I said, we're going to bounce around. Neuroscience, the brain-gut connection, and healthy habit stacks. How do we take all of that and the things we learn about our brain and how to nourish it well and put that into habits that stick? And the Trojan horse technique can be one for you. Something you already do every day. Sneak in something healthy. Do that for 7 days. And then boom, you stacked 2 habits together. And now it's just part of your routine and your brain won't fight it anymore. You'll be in this autopilot of doing healthy things. And then you can add another little one and add another little one. I'm not all about blowing up your life, because you're not going to stick to that. Stick to adding little things. And if you got to sneak them in there, the Trojan horse technique, sneak them in there. But stick to just adding healthy habits to your routine every week. And consistency will build, and your health, your wellness, your brain, how you feel will improve. Stay tuned. These are going to be hard-hitting, 10, 15 minutes. I talk fast, maybe 20 minutes. I'll bring on guests sometimes, but we will cover the basics of how you can get your health back on track, starting with your brain. Have a great day. This has been the Better Brain Project Podcast. I'm Brandon DeKramer. Subscribe, follow, comments. If you want to go deeper, if you want to jump on a discovery call and get to know each other on how you can take your health back to baseline in 90 days, hit me up. I'm always willing to listen. Have a great day. This has been the Better Brain Project Podcast.